Hello, it's Dave. It's August 16th, 2019, 7:41 in the evening. I'm just in front of the Hope Memorial Park. I wanted to just show you the trees. It's a beautiful park. Some of these trees are almost 200 years old. The interesting thing is this park was established, it says here, in 1932. That rings a bell for me because 1932, being a student of the stock market, 1932 was the bottom of the New York Stock Exchange. It had fallen 90% from its peak in 1929 down to 1932. The economy bottomed 1 year later in 1933, and America has been in one of the biggest credit expansions in history since then. What that shows is that in the midst of darkness, light can spark and things can turn around. Let's hope so. Let's quickly recap because I don't have a lot of space on this phone. It's been a difficult week. It has not been the easiest week. We started off the week, the last weekly update last Friday was postponed because we're on my quest for freedom. I went up to Kelowna and then on Sunday morning got a ride down through Merritt to the Coquihala Highway. And I was hoping to take the Great Canadian Trail, which bypassed and separated from the Coquihala Highway, and hope for freedom. It never arrived. I was very disappointed, to say the least. There are a series of videos that show the frustration, fear, starvation, and deprivation of living in a fascist satanic camp. I was quite direct with the American Defense Minister and the Canadian Defense Minister, and frankly, I needed to be. I've been here for 3 years, and I'm still trapped, and it's a disgusting, disrespectful way of treating Where Is My Canada. Enough said. There's enough video footage that you can see for yourself exactly what I mean. It's been a week of starvation. I have no money, no food, no water, no medicine. So that's how the week started off, and it pretty much closely ended that week as well. Yesterday I had 2 liters of milk, a pepperoni stick, 2 ice cream cones, which were only $1 at McDonald's, and a muffin and a donut. That's bullshit. An adult male does not survive on that diet. If you look at it, getting rid of the 2 liters of milk, I had a donut and a pepperoni stick and a muffin. Today, things turned around. I did get some money, and I was able to eat a pizza, which I was so starving, I ate a gigantic pizza very, very quickly within 15 minutes, and I could eat an entire more. The week, though, some sensible things I did this week is we're running out of asthma medicine again. If I don't get one, I'll be dead. So I solved that problem. I went to a pharmacy here and they gave me one. They got one for me, rather, without a prescription, which is interesting. But the interesting thing is, how do I pay for the $22 for medicine when I have no money? Well, I just stood in front of the drugstore and I told them, I have no money. Could you give me some money so I could get some medicine? A very kind woman, her name was Cheryl, I believe. Thank you, Cheryl. Gave me $18, and another woman gave me $5, and the pharmacist knocked down the price. So lo and behold, we do have one brand new asthma inhaler. It's a good thing one of us is thinking sensibly. It's because that averts another crisis. What I want to draw your attention to is something positive that I have done some thinking about. Some of this, I owe many people many thanks for many things, but this ultimately falls down on my brain and my ability to save myself. Fortunately, I was very good at math when I went through university and high school. I was always proud of it. I never got anything less than an A in math. Math is very useful because in this case, algebra is important to figure out not permutations and combinations so much, but things that overlap and are similar and things that are exclusive. Let me just quickly point out where I want to go with this. I knew from my trip to Grouse Mountain over a year and a half ago that Wi-Fi was important because all the way to Grouse Mountain, there were still clones. Um, on Grouse Mountain, there was a Starbucks, and that alerted me to the fact of Wi-Fi signals. I then started looking through Google Maps, of course, and over time started realizing the importance of transmission lines. Where does this going? Well, I have a map here of east and west Fraser Valley in the southwestern corner of British Columbia. What I really want to draw your attention to is I've highlighted in yellow the transmission lines that go all the way from Hope, where I am right now, all the way up northern BC across to Merritt. And if you go down here, you're going to get down to Princeton. And then further east, you're going to hit Kelowna. What's important is that I need to be above the transmission lines or to the west of them. So I drew, just like math, with my highlighter, I was able to highlight, and you have to go over this to perfect it, but I was able to go over and find out where's safe for me to go and where's not safe. This past weekend, I took a bike path down here. I walked, and the highway was there. I was hoping this area would be enough freedom. It wasn't. The reason it wasn't is because there's a transmission line here. I was south of the transmission line the whole time. That's why I didn't find freedom. If I go north of the transmission line or west, I will find it. They put on the music to distract you. They're just jackasses. That's what they do. The key point is what happened this weekend was savage. It was violent and it was life-threatening. I was misled to going down this path all through the evening on Sunday evening until about 3 or 4 in the morning. I did videotape what happened there so you can see it on YouTube. But I was left out in the woods, in the middle of mountains, in the woods by myself at 4 o'clock in the morning, which is life-threatening. I could not get a ride. It was so dark, and it was in the 4 o'clock on Monday morning. I couldn't get a ride to pick me up, so I ended up sleeping by the side of the highway, which is also not the safest thing to do. These people are reckless and murderous and criminals. The only reason they have money is because they murder and they steal. What happened to me early this week was criminal. The starvation is more criminal. Do you want me to show you? I'll prove it to you. This is the point now. I have to be quick because there isn't a lot of time. This is the point where I take off my shirt and I show you my emaciated body. This is not a healthy looking male body by any means. This is really reflective of a Holocaust, and that's exactly what I've been under. I have been starved to such an extent. I weigh less than 145 pounds and I'm 5'11". This is not a healthy looking body. I have no body fat whatsoever. If anything is there, it's because of the pizza I just ate. I am still under extreme stress. I am still under extreme deprivation of food and water. I did get my medicine. This medicine, though, is a rescue inhaler. This is not what I'm supposed to be using every day. I'm supposed to be using a steroid. I haven't been able to afford any medicine for asthma or post-traumatic stress disorder since September of 2017. We're talking 2 years without medicine that my medical doctor has prescribed as necessary for my health. I might be running out of time. Kelly, I love you. I